I hear a blink. I hear a ProperJeremy. Is there an audio?
I can hear you.
I can just barely hear you, so let me finish. Let me
there we go.
see if I can pump you up and then pump down.
Oh, no, I can hear you now. Are you, flying?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in the air. I just went ahead and went live. I just got done watching John Talks.
Oh, nice.
So I asked him for permission for his videos so I can use it as background entertainment while I am flying on you know, when I'm out in cruise mode. And so he wanted me to DM him, and I don't use Twitter, so I had to sit there and make it work. So hopefully, and I had to do a quick little video because I was sitting there trying to do this text, and Twitter you're limited to 140 characters. And I'm sitting there going, I don't talk in 140 characters. Who talks 140 characters in this world? You know?
Twitter.
You know, so I just made a video, and I linked my video, my sales pitch to him, and that sort of thing. And so I could, you know, ask him, say, hey, you know, and you know, if he wouldn't mind if I did that sort of thing. So yeah, I bought a plane. I bought a Mooney. There was a Mooney I saw there. I had a Mooney originally, and the developer for that particular flight model was they're great as far as eye candy is concerned, but as far as functionality and upgrading or evolving their aircraft as, you know, the X-plane you know, shelf life of that particular version of X-plane, you know, matures, their airplanes get stagnated. And so I just, you know, I'm kind of done with them, Carenado products. And so, but anyway, so yeah, I'm just talking airplane stuff.
Right. Exactly. I just wanted to pop in and say hello.
Well,
you know,
hi, big howdy. So you're,
indeed.
where were you driving when you were driving it? Were you on the 101? On the last video you did? I couldn't tell.
No, I was on.
I was trying to figure it out.
134.
Oh, 134. Okay, so you were between Glendale and the Valley. So at that time, cool. Yeah, I was sitting there watching, like, because that for me that'd be the fun factor. Like, okay, because I'm from here. Okay, where's he driving at? What area? Oh, yeah, I know where he's at.
Isn't that kind of cool when you can like recognize those, you know, little landmarks or something? Or
dude, I spent 32 years of just driving all over Southern California and going from one 7-Eleven to another 7-Eleven to another 7-Eleven.
Only to 7-Elevens, wow.
Yeah, mostly, you know, unless Fry's Electronics, if I wanted something,
Right.
you know, I go to Fry's or whatever, but mostly to 7-Elevens. And so I got to know the areas, I
have a question. Have you ever had Howlin' Rays?
Helen Ray's. No, Howlin' Ray's doesn't sound familiar to me. No.
Oh my God.
What is that?
It is the best Nashville-styled fried chicken you will ever have, and it's really spicy. Like, it's really hot.
Ooh, so
when it comes on there, when I think it's like dry rub or something. Oh my god! I only got the third hottest, and that was too much for me.
Is your eyes bleeding?
No, I was tearing up though.
Yeah.
The Howlin' sauce, you know, let alone the backdoor menu or whatever it's called.
Right.
There's one that's like an off menu thing that's like Howlin' Plus, which is really, really painful. But oh my god.
Yeah, I've never had that. I've never had that. I didn't know that existed. To be frankly blunt and honest with you, where's that, in the Valley, or is it?
No, it's in LA. It's I think it's in Chinatown or something. I don't quite know, but it's a tiny little store, and there's only one register, and I mean it's like a shack pretty much. But the lines, it takes you like hours to get through the line.
Right.
But it is worth every single minute standing in that line. Every single minute. It is so good. It's that good.
Yeah. And again, where'd you say it's at? See, I'm live streaming here, so I might as well just pimp them out while we're at it, you know?
How many rays? I can give you like where it is. it's
I have to, next time I go down to LA, I'll go there and check it out.
absolutely. Yeah, it's a Nashville hot chicken. Here we go. Boom. I won't give away the exact address, but
Yeah.
it is
Because they want money. Or you can put it in our chat.
Oh yeah. Shoot, it actually does not. I can't find the address for some reason. Oh well.
It was a corner of what and what? Do you remember?
I don't know. It's on Broadway.
Okay.
That's all I can. Yeah, it's located in the Far East Plaza. I don't know what that is.
Hal and Ray's.
Yep.
Home of Hal and Ray's,
yeah,
Nashville hot chicken in LA.
Yep, it is right in the middle, smack dab in the middle of New Chinatown. So, yeah, the Far East Plaza.
Yeah, I just went to their website.
Yep. It is fantastic.
Huh.
Yeah, it's by Dodger Stadium.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm going to do is, so I'll have it. I will put it in the chat, in my live chat. So now I just put it in the live chat. So then now, and now if I want to go back to it, I could go back to this stream and say, okay, it's over here. So then I can look for the address that way.
You're almost at 200 subs, by the way.
Congrats. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to get there. I've been fighting. I would gain some, and then I would lose some. Then I'd gain some, then I'd lose some, and it's just kind of like, yeah, I'm at 194 right now, and I'm just fighting. So, you know, it's just the content I create. That's all. You know, it's just that not a lot of people are into aviation and sitting there watching a guy fly his airplane, and I get that. You know,
True.
but I try. You know, if anything, I just want people to come. You know, subscribe to my channel, and then at least if you don't like the content, just subscribe and view and have it going in the background while you're doing something else or sleeping or whatever. So then that way my view count will go up. We got to fake this algorithm somehow.
Right. You gotta figure it out.
But yeah, all is good. All is good here. Just been you know, here up in Palmdale, Lancaster, up in the high desert. Just been, you know, like down there, it's just been raining here and there. And hey, I heard that we got snow up here a little bit, but you know, a couple of weeks ago when we had the real cold temperatures, they said you got down at Santa Monica it snowed. Did you hear anything about that?
No.
Yeah, I was sitting there.
No, absolutely not.
I was scratching my head, like my daughter. She sits there and says, "Yeah, she got, you know, one of her friends said it was snowing in Santa Monica when we had that cold spell." I'm sitting there scratching my head, like, really?
Yeah.
So, like, okay, you know.
It's really strange.
So, what are your objectives? You gonna do another live stream here pretty soon?
Yes, it's gonna be at 5 p.m. Pacific, and it's gonna be a Goonies watch party / debate. Are they the Goonies? Are they good enough?
It's for me because it grew, the age of all those actors were the same age as I am. So for me, the Goonies is always. Of course, I haven't seen it in years, so I've forgotten half the movie now. But from what I remember of the movie, for me it was an awesome movie. But you know, that was at my time. You know.
Right. It is what it is. Anyways,
Yeah.
I gotta get going.
All right.
Thank you for popping in this Discord. I'm honored.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate just trying to, you know, just get my get people. I was hoping Spartan would come in here and say hi too, and anybody else, just to make my you know, to make this cruise, you know, smooth as possible. Exactly.
Yeah, well, best of luck, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
Happy flying, safe travels, and
thank
take
you.
it easy.
You too, sir. Well, as we're sitting here slowly, and that was ProperJeremy. I was over in ProperJeremy's server over there, and his Discord server, so you can check out ProperJeremy's channel. Probably should pimp out ProperJeremy's channel while I'm at it, because he was in the house. So let me go over here and go to my YouTube channel here and scroll on down, and I'll put his link in the description. That's what it's all about. It's helping each other out, and then all of us getting our channels up and making our channels for the content that we all make and whatnot. Hopefully this will work. I'll put that in the link right there. Hopefully they can be clicked on, and then they can just go right to it. Yep, it did. Very good. Of course, now it just took my me monitoring my channel because I'm live. But yeah, right now what's going on in the world of entertainment is everybody's talking about Captain Marvel, and for me, to be frankly blunt and honest with everyone, I don't really care about Captain Marvel. I've made no secret about it. I'm not a big comic book fan anyway. I mean, the only movie I really liked, Thor Ragnarok. That movie right there for me was really cool. I liked that movie because mainly I'm a Star Wars, Star Trek, sci-fi guy, and that's my main thing, and that's what I really enjoy. And so I really enjoyed that movie, and of course Infinity War. And with Captain Marvel, I don't care. I'm not interested. If they will make the movie not so SJW, but everybody has talked about it, and everybody has said that it's definitely going to be the bad social justice warrior people, where they are very aggressive and nasty and all this other stuff, and now that other happy stuff. So, which is unfortunate, but why can't people just get along? Disagree to disagree and move on about your merry way. But anyway, we're just kind of cruising here where we're going, because I did this flight. I did this at the spur of the moment. Got in the air, and where we're going is I reloaded up and got the latest version of Mission Generator for X-Plane, and we're going to H.A. Clark Municipal Airport, KCMR, 298 nautical miles, and pull up the profile here. This is so it has you buy this mission generator just so you can have purpose to your flights. With normal X-Plane, you just you make up your going, you're point A to point B, and you don't really have any need to go from point A to point B. So at least this kind of application or plug-in will at least make it so you do have a reason to go from point A to point B. And it's randomized, so it's totally randomly generated. I thought about going to Whiteman Airport, which is right down the street, metaphorically speaking, from where my home base is, which is KWKF, Lancaster, California. But I chose to just go ahead and go that route instead. And I just noticed that you guys don't see me, and I need to fix that. Of course, do you really want to see my ugly mug anyway? But at any rate, so there I am. There I am. Hello, everyone. So anyway, so like I said, this is a nice little thing here that helps out and makes it so you have reason for your flights and whatnot, which is really cool. I really like it. So that's where we're heading. We're taking taking two doctors, flying two doctors to which you'd think they were doctors. They'd have their own airplanes, because most doctors, they have enough money to have their own airplanes, but not everybody's going to fly, so it's understandable. So anyway, so that's where we're heading here, and let me take a look here and see how far along we are and see what our ETA is real quick. Progress, and we should be there in distance and time. We're at 47 minutes away. We're 212 miles away, so we got a little ways to go. I went ahead and decided to go up to 17,500 feet, just underneath, because we are doing VFR. And I just wanted to go up as high as I could to be able to get that tailwind, because we do have a 44 knot tailwind. So we're doing a ground speed of 270 knots which means if I do a little bit of math here, go and do a little bit of math. You know, this is the most evil thing in the world. You have to do math. So we get 270 knots times 1.15 equals. So we're doing 310 miles an hour at this moment in time. So we are kicking butt and taking names, which is very, very cool. I would put music in here, but then I would get flagged for music. But we can't do that. And that's why I was trying to promote, you know, fellow YouTubers to, you know, as long as they keep their, you know, their language down to PG-13 and whatnot. I don't want any strong language, you know, and then just put, you know, I'll just feature them on a lower third and that sort of thing. So then I can have that cruise content promote their channels, and that way have, you know, basically for me, audience retention is what I'm looking for, is because and to be able to have longer views. So I'd like to get Doomcock and Gary at Nerdrotic channel, Midnight's Edge. I'd like to get permission with those three. Also Mecha Random 42. I'd like to get permission from her, and that sort of thing. So then I can sit there and put their streams, because usually they're pretty good. I mean, you don't hear the F-bombs a lot. I mean, they happen every now and then, but now Jeremy at Geeks and Gamers, on the other hand, I'd have to be careful. I mean, I love the man, love the young man, but as a brother, but yeah, he does drop those F-bombs, so I have to be leery of that. Just can't have the F-bombs. Trying to keep it a family channel as much as possible. So we'll go ahead and do the 360-degree cam, take a peek outside and look at the weather and look at all the, of course we're at 17,000 feet. I don't think I need my lights on anymore. So we can go ahead and get rid of that. Also, you notice I did not have my strobe lights on, which I should have done before I took off. Oopsie. I was hoping Spartan Jeremy come in. We can sit there and you know, banter back and forth and talk about Star Trek and Star Wars and whatnot. He may be busy. But anyway, so we are, like I said before, we're in the Mooney. This Mooney is by AFM, which is Advanced Flight Modeling. The developers created this airplane. It's a really nice airplane. I think the lights, you know, the interior lights need to be amped up a little bit here in the back, so you'd have that simulated experience of sitting right here and actually have light on you, and have the light. You can put these lights on gimbals and have the light, you know, the light pattern kind of bounce around. I got to find these areas right here. You can see there's no labels on this, and I'd like to find that and be able to chromify that and make that chrome. I think that chrome on the blue would make it look nice, and have the light switch work right here. There's a light switch. You can have a three-way light switch, where that switch would work and it would turn on one of these lights and that sort of thing. I think that would be pretty neat. The airplane does have, what you can see right here, does have speed brakes. Very few, very few general aviation aircraft that do have speed brakes, but this is a large, you know, $780,000 airplane. And it has a lot of stuff in it, a lot of features in it. But I hope everyone is doing well. Like I said, just been flying like crazy as normal. That's what I do. I fly. Of course, I can fly in the real world. But yeah, I've been really enjoying this. What attracted me to this airplane was the fact that you can climb up to the flight levels. It's pressurized, which reminds me I need to take a look and see if we yes, we are Is the needle slowly moving down. We don't need the lights on. See, this is the, you can fill up the oxygen tank when you're on the ground, simulated wise. Whoop, that's the wrong one. That was, let me get rid of that. Settings, I guess it is. Yeah, I can fill oxygen and then also the de-icing fluid. The de-icing fluid comes out and bleeds out right here to get rid of ice. I don't know if that would be a developer thing or if that would be an X-Plane thing. Probably a developer thing. But it would be nice, and I see someone's in the house. A big howdy, howdy, howdy. It would be nice to have the de-icing thing where you would actually have ice build up, and then you can actually go over here and actually see it and simulate that. That would be epic. But hopefully this is coming in pretty well. It seems to be alright. On my side, I'm doing the back feed on my monitor over here. And let's see, we are at currently... We are currently between lost and found. Go ahead and jump over here and go over here to the right monitor. And if it's going to work for us, no, it's not. There it goes. And then, so that's where we're currently at right now. And working our way. Let's see, that was, yeah, we really are between lost and found right now. There is no airports and no people at all in where we're at. We're just kind of just following the flight path. I'm trying to see what, because we're coming to some water here. So let's see, Lake Havasu's right here. And so north of that's going to be Needles. Yeah, Needles. That's where that's at. Needles. Basically, you can see right there, we're following along the Interstate 40. Just following right along the Interstate 40. And hit Needles, California. Oh, that's too far. Now I'm going to have frame rate issues. Went too far. And what I'll do is right now I've got the airplane spammed. And we'll just take off because I did not do a review of what our flight path was. And as you can see, Flagstaff was right there. And we'll be just north of Flagstaff. Need a better computer. This little 5-year-old computer is just not cutting it anymore. But as you can see, we're just kind of cruising right along here. We'll be next to Flagstaff. So, coolie wooly. Nice quiet flight. This is the humming sound of the RPM of the engine. Let me see if we can squeeze. We're doing 21 gallons per hour right now because I'm trying to keep my speed up. Let me see if I can squeeze a little bit more power. We're doing 172 knots indicated and 270 ground speed, which I think is what I say earlier, 310 miles per hour right now. So I'm going to see if we can pull back on the props here. So we move back here on the props a little bit. You can see me moving the prop lever right here. And I'm thinking that we're kind of where we're going to be. I don't think we're going to squeeze any more. Going 2400 RPM. That's about as much as we're going to get out of it. I'm going to jump over here to OdinsMovieBlog, and I'm going to go ahead and jump on over here into the Asgard chat channel. See if we got any takers there. No, we don't have anybody here. So all the Discords are not really doing much. Everybody's doing their own thing, which is totally understandable. Totally understandable. So just sit back and relax. I mean, we can sit there. We can throw in Odin's movie blog in this video while we're at it. Might as well. One of the people that has accepted, allowed me to. We'll talk about. I'll do his latest, and I need to turn him on, and I need to. Get Odin all set up and ready to go here, and then I'll go ahead and throw in the lower third, just like that, and we'll go full screen like that, and then let's hear what Mr. Odin has to say.
To Odin's Movie Blog, I am the critic who is a cynic. Hope you're doing well. Today, I first want to shout out Cosmic Book News, who is indeed telling the truth here. They also covered my video in this, so huge shout out to Matt McGloin for covering this information. There is no Captain Marvel Fandango ticket sales conspiracy. Once again, the reason why you can't buy tickets to any other movie except for Captain Marvel as of today is because those schedules have not been released to the theaters yet and will not be released until Tuesday or Wednesday. This is a common
I need to jump over here and get
my in the movie theater industry.
I can't see the stream.
You know, I worked at a movie theater. I saw these documents firsthand. I know what they look like. I know what they say. If you are claiming anything else, you are a part of the conspiracy that has not been proven yet. Please stop spreading the fake news. It is not helping anyone. Now, that's out of the way, let's get into some more Captain Marvel bashings here. So, as it says here in the Washington Post, yes, the most trusted name in news, correct? Yeah, that's right. Democracy dies in darkness. No, democracy dies in the pages of your terrible garbage tier newspaper site, where you say trolls target female-led blockbusters ahead of Captain Marvel. Rotten Tomatoes shuts them down. Ooh, yeah, Captain Marvel shuts them down. Trolls are going after they're targeting female-led blockbusters. Yeah, because we absolutely hate the female-led. We hate the women, right? We hate female-led films. Really? 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 Okay. What happened here? Oh, well, that's Mad Max. You can't say that Mad Max is an example. Really?
Sure. Now I can keep track of.
This movie, by all accounts, should have been called Furiosa, because Charlize Theron
keep track
gives
of
a powerhouse, amazing
the stream
in this film and freaking rocks it. And you're talking. This is coming from a guy that's not really a big fan of Charlize Theron, but she freaking rocks it in this movie. And guess what? Oh, look at that! Fans loved it. 126,000 people came out of their way to say, this movie's good. This movie is absolutely fantastic. Oh, I guess they also, decided, oh, I Tanya. Yeah, I Tanya. People might say, oh, I actually never saw this movie. Well, you know what? 11,600 people did, and most of them liked it. You want to know why? Because frickin' Margot Robbie kills it in this movie. And guess what? Oh my gosh, it's a female lead. Oh my gosh, but we must have decided to skip this one, right? We must have decided to not go after this one, because why would we, we just hate women, right? And also, guys, seriously, this is a great movie. Why wouldn't you go see it? Oh, Live, Die, Repeat. Oh, but this is a Tom Cruise movie. Oh, really? Who was the one that everyone was talking about after this movie? Oh, wait, that's right. It was Emily Blunt. It was Emily Blunt, and yet, oh my gosh, look at this. We loved it. We loved Emily Blunt in this. She was a strong character. Not just a strong female character, which is what the identity politics people want you to talk about. No, she was just a strong character in general, who was a badass, who was awesome, who, guess what? We want to see again, which is why they just announced, just the other day, that they're going to make a sequel. Guarantee you're going to see Emily Blunt back in it, because guess what? That's the character that most people want to see again. Yeah, Tom Cruise is fine in this movie, but the real star of this movie, the one that you go out of your way to see, is Emily Blunt. Talk to anyone who has seen and loved this movie, and they will tell you just that. Let's go back in the day. Oh man, but this is a new phenomenon. We've never had female-led films before. Really? What happened with Julia Roberts then, with Erin Brockovich? Remember how this movie got a lot of awards attention? Most audience, 418,000 people. That's a lot of people. And also, guys, guess what? This movie's fantastic. This movie was actually able to handle environmental issues in a logical way, in a way that actually makes sense, and it tells a really interesting story with a strong character, a strong lead character, who, guess what, is played by a woman. But I guess, this one's fine, right? This one follows the heteronormative norms, and so that's why we don't like it, right? Oh, well, look, Resident Evil. Yeah, this one you might say, oh, the audience score isn't nearly as high for this one, but for 446,000 people, and the fact that they've made like 5, 6 of these movies, obviously it's making money. Obviously people are going to have to support this movie. Obviously people are going to see this movie. But no, I guess we just hate this movie, right? No, everyone hates this movie. A bunch of trolls went after this movie, right? Oh, but wait a minute. What score is low? Wait a minute. That's the wait a minute. By your logic, then, would you say then that all the critics that gave this a rotten score are sexist because they just can't take a strong female lead? I mean, that's what you said. You said that the only reason why people are going after Captain Marvel is because they're sexist, and yet I've just shown you several examples of audiences loving movies led by females or having strong female characters. But all of a sudden for this one, oh wait a minute, the audience score is way above, is twice as much almost as the critic score. Oh man. The critics must have been sexist then. I mean, this was back in 2002, so critics being sexist then, I guess that was okay. Oh, but then there's also this movie. Hey, I remember this gem. Yeah, I remember this one. Yeah, we went after this one, right? Oh yeah, I forgot. Remember, go back in time, and you'll see the videos. The countless number of videos when I did going after this movie, because I just thought that no, we cannot have a Wonder Woman film. We cannot have a woman who is wonderful on the big screen. We cannot have that. We cannot have a woman who served in the military playing a badass character. No, we can't have that at all. Oh wait a minute, that didn't happen. Wait a minute, no, 88%, 126,000 people went out of their way to say, oh no, this movie's fantastic. This movie's great. This is the best DCEU film at the time. Some people would argue Aquaman is. I personally think this one's better than Aquaman. That's just my own personal opinion. But oh my gosh, guess what I just did? I just put a movie with a female lead over a movie with a strong male lead. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I must hate myself, right? No, it's because no one lives in this identity politics bubble that you have put yourself in. Oh, but you know what? Is that enough for you? Oh, let's go back, way back. Let's go way back. Oh, we haven't had. Oh my gosh, this is a new phenomenon. Captain Marvel. Oh, this is brand new. This has never happened before. Oh, really? Well, Ripley was kicking alien ass all the way back in 1986. All the way back in the 1980s. And yet all the 428,000 people, oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, they hated this movie. They couldn't stand having a strong female character, right? You know, they couldn't have, we couldn't handle a strong female character then. It's only now out of nowhere, out of the blue it seems, that all of a sudden all this toxic white masculinity is going after Captain Marvel. That's the only reason why. That's the only reason why we hate this movie, right? It's because there's a strong female lead. Well, okay, fine. Oh, look, there's another one. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this, Alita Battle Angel. Oh yeah, this is another one where the critics must be sexist then because they hated this movie. They've been going after it nonstop. But oh my gosh, what is that? 21,000 people? 94% on Rotten Tomatoes from the audience score? Oh man, oh my god. I've been speaking praise about this movie. Seriously, you haven't seen this movie yet, go see it. It might not be out for much longer because unfortunately it's not getting the same amount of support as a Captain Marvel is. Geez, I wonder why. Oh, well, you just hate women. Oh, really? Then why do I love this movie? Why do I love this movie? Why do I think this is a great movie? Why do I love this movie? I have actually never seen Resident Evil. I'll be totally honest there. But why do so many people love this movie to the point where they will go support it for 6 or 7 movies that all make money? Why do I love this movie? Why do I love this movie? Why is my favorite part of this movie Emily Blunt? Why do I love this movie? Why do I think that I think that Margot Robbie got totally robbed here because she deserved an Oscar for this performance? Why do I love Furiosa in this movie? Why do I think that Furiosa should be the lead in this role? Should be rather the title character in this role because she truly is the lead character. She is the heart and soul of this movie. Why do I think these things? Oh wait, that's why, because I'm a sexist. That's why I'm just a troll who's targeting female-led blockbusters because I can't handle strong women, right? A blockbuster set to open with a lead who is not male or not white. People are excited about the film, but trolls hijack the conversation, sometimes targeting the movie stars. What should have been a good time instead on the internet has become an internet maelstrom in which a movie and its actors must not only promote the work, but also simultaneously assert its right to exist. One website took steps this week to interrupt this vicious cycle. Oh yes, indeed, because guess what? We hate this. And as this line says right here, the site has been used by some individuals to try or at least threaten to bomb audience ratings for films such as Black Panther and Star Wars: Last Jedi. Really, Black Panther, last time I checked, had a 78% audience rating. Again, must have decided to go home that day. Must have decided not to show up that day because guess what? That movie did perfectly fine at the box office, and on top of that, also was pretty much well received. I gave it a B-, but that's because I don't think the movie was as great as a lot of people say that it was. And then you also put the Star Wars: Last Jedi in that same category. Oh, no. With over 400,000 people reviewing on that film, the reason why that film is getting so quote-unquote bombed is because a lot of people hated it. If you want proof of that, why do you think Solo lost $200 million at the box office? Oh, you can't compare those two. Oh my gosh, you can't do that. Really? How is it then that of all the Disney Star Wars movies, that is the one movie that didn't crack $1 billion, and also that movie made $600 million less than the last or the other least profitable Star Wars movie under Disney? Why is that? Why is that the case? Oh wait, that's right. 5 months beforehand, Star Wars Last Jedi came out, and guess what? A lot of people didn't like it, but you don't want to accept that, do you? No, what is your reasoning here? Why do you say this happened? Which both feature diverse casts and prominent female characters. Yes, diverse casts, prominent female characters. That is what we have the problem with, right? Yeah, diversity, we don't care about that. Oh wait, who is in this movie? Who is in this movie? Oh wait a minute, that's right. That's right, someone who just won another Oscar, Mahershala Ali. Oh my gosh, but no, there's no diversity in this film. Oh my gosh, Rosa Salazar. Oh yeah, that's such a white American name, right? Oh, but we hated this film because we hate diversity, right? Right? See, Washington Post, what you're showing and showing everyone is that you are a part of the problem. You and all of your media shills are a part of the problem because you are spinning this. You are spinning your webs trying to say that the only reason why people are hating on this movie is because there's a female lead and we can't handle women and we can't handle strong female characters and diversity in movies. I've just given you a plethora of options of movies that feature not only strong female characters, but also of diverse cast as well. But guess what? We don't have a problem with those movies. You want to know why? Because they're good movies. Because there was no agenda to them. Because they were not trying to preach to us. Because they were not trying to push this identity politics-driven narrative that Captain Marvel is trying to push. Well, how do you know that? The movie hasn't even come out yet. When you have the star of the film going out of her way to call this feminism, to call this her agenda film, to call this the way in which, basically, her vehicle for activism, her words, not mine, when you have the very director of the film going out of her way to talk about feminism, when you have the actual source material itself being based on the 2012 reboot, especially being based in this identity politics, SJW, nonsense, which is really not feminism altogether, when you have all these factors going to play, when you have the marketing itself really going after this fag, calling her a hero, saying like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to tell you, of her telling me what to do, don't tell me to smile, that's sexist, etc. Oh, and then in fact you have all these media articles saying, oh, it's a bunch of sexists going out of their way to attack this movie. That tells you all you need to know about what this movie is about, why this movie is being criticized, and why it truly is that the media is going to spin their webs for. The reason why they're going to say Captain Marvel introduces a powerful female lead and young girls should see that. Unlike many female characters, the women of Captain Marvel don't rely on romance and other typical female character arcs. Interesting. Last time I checked, much of these films don't rely on those tropes either. Oh, but she has a romance. What is wrong with that? If a male has a romance in a film, is that a problem? Don't you also realize that just as many female characters, strong female characters who are in relationships, there are just as many, if not more, male characters that are also reliant on relationships? Does it just, the sexism only just work one way over the other? No, it doesn't. So no, don't tell your young girls to see this film because this movie is going to try to indoctrinate them. This film is going to try and push a social justice warrior agenda that we should not be teaching our girls. We should not be teaching our children. You know what we should be showing them? Mad Max Fury Road. That is how you show a strong female character. I, Tanya, Live, Die, Repeat, or Edge of Tomorrow, Aaron Brockovich, Resident Evil, Wonder Woman, Aliens, Alita Battle Angel, and I can go on. They don't want to live in reality, though. They would rather live in their tiny little bubble. They would rather make things up. They would rather fall into the conspiracy that is every single person out there being critical of this movie must be white and must be a racist. Which falls in line perfectly with the star of the film, Brie Larson, who said very clearly that not all movies are made for all people. She herself said, Wrinkle in Time, it wasn't made for a 40-year-old white man. It was made for mixed-race people. Okay, then who is this movie made for, honestly? Who is Captain Marvel made for? Because if you're saying this movie's made for women, if I had a daughter, I would not take her to see this. Because that's the last thing that I need. The last thing that I need is some fake faux feminism being shoved down her throat, when I would much rather and much more likely want to show her what true, strong femininity actually looks like. Anyway, that's my thoughts on this. But seriously, guys, stop pushing the fake conspiracy theory because guess what? The media is already giving us way too much ammunition to go after them and to go after this film altogether. But guys, seriously, if you like this video, smash that like button, give me the thumbs up, give me a subscribe. Let me know in your own words and in the comments below what you think about this whole mess. Like, seriously, don't you think it's a little interesting that they're saying, oh my gosh, we're only going after this because we are targeting, our white maleness keeps us from accepting strong female characters and diverse casts, even though we can point to a wide array, a wide variety of films of both diverse casts and also of female-led films. See, I don't even like using that term because guess what? In these movies, guess what I see? I see strong characters with strong arcs all doing awesome things. Especially this movie right here. Seriously, go see it. If you want this movie to be available next week, because guys, don't worry, there will be tickets available to other movies other than Captain Marvel next week. That is a fact. Again, you can just quote me on that. It is a fact. Unless you only have like 1 or 2 screens at your theater, you're going to have more than one movie option. This movie, though, will only be available in your market if you go support it now. If you go and support this film, because guess what? They're not going to keep a movie out in theaters that is not making money. So go out of your way to support this film. If you want to shove this in their face, if you want to say, no, I'm going to actually go and support an actual strong female character. Not even that. I'm going to support an actual strong character. Go see Alita. Shove it in their face that we don't care about the gender or the race of the person involved. All we care about is, are they a good character? And I've just shown plenty of examples of why we only truly care about just that one thing. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. And as always, God bless.
I just noticed I'm sitting here just talking away, and I just noticed that I didn't have my microphone turned on. Yay, me! I said hi to Spartan Jeremy and everybody, and I bet you the whole time my microphone was off and I couldn't say hi. They didn't acknowledge that I was there. Yeah, I didn't realize it, that had my microphone off. So they're saying, hi! Hi, everybody! Microphone's off. So I hope you're doing well, my friend. As we're going up in the clouds here, which means we should be getting some rhyme and some... I did download a... I don't know if I installed it, though. I don't think I installed it. I did download a... I thought it was a... Flying with EULA plugin. Maybe I didn't install it yet. But anyway, I downloaded a plugin that's supposed to give me a graphical representation that I have ice And I don't think I installed it though, so I'll have to install it. The next time when I log out of, when I end this stream, I'll go in and install that. Because we are at minus 12 degrees Celsius. Yeah, this Mooney is a fast little airplane. Moonies have always been fast airplanes. They've always been the fastest piston-driven airplanes, to my knowledge anyway. See, Spartan Jeremy says, I'm doing well, trying out a new game called Starborn, sci-fi MMORTS with a interesting set of mechs, or mechanics. Interesting set of mechanics. I can't read. Also, the screen, the text is little bitty. I really need to go get my glasses because right now, while I was doing Odin's movie blog, I had you know, the left monitor was totally controlling, and I see you're popping it up in there. That's cool. The good old days of RTSs. My favorite back in the day was, well, one of my favorites, I should say. I had a lot of them. Was Command & Conquer. Red Alert, I wasn't as much. The Command & Conquer, the first one, was the one I liked the most. And Dune. The original Dune was awesome. Yeah, I saw the screenshot. That looks cool. Kind of reminds me of, on the screenshot you see in Discord, it kind of reminds me of, oh crap, it's made by Stardock Studios. It's an RTS kind of thing as well. I'm having a brain fart of what it was called right now. It's been a long time since I played that game as well. And which you can actually design your own spaceships when you became a spacefaring race. It was a 4X game, but it was a turn-based 4X game. And for the life of me, I can't think of the name of the game because it's been so long. Yeah, Sins of the Solar Empire is another one. I have Sins. I had the original Sins, and then they actually re-released it, or they just put it on Steam. So in effect, I bought it again on Steam because it had more content. Whereas when you bought it directly from Stardock Studios, you know, you only had just the one original game. But I liked that game too. That game was fun. Wastes a lot of time. You know, you could be there for hours. If and when I go back to, I'm letting it develop more. It's the X4. Got X4 is what I'm playing right now, and or when I play it, and that's a fun game too. I like X4. Yeah, yeah. When they switched over from, you know, Starduck having their own store to Steam, you know, in effect, I just rebought it just so I'd be able to get all the content, you know, like I said earlier. So, but that's okay. Well, now that I've got Odin done here, let me go ahead and go back to my stream. I see Space. Oh, that's SpaceX. I watched the SpaceX launch yesterday, and there I am. And I got 2 likes. Very good. And now I can get, because with my tablet here, it's hard to see the chat unless I just went chat only. Then I can see it. Whereas with my other screen, I got everything. I see we got a third person in the house. Well, a big howdy howdy. We're in the cruise mode. We're in the boring mode. And they were there and they were gone. This guy done yet? I just want to see him land. I think that's what they do. They wait until I get closer towards landing. I wish I had a progression bar, but I'd rather have them all just watch the whole thing so I can get the views, so I can get the view time. Just stay logged in while I'm live streaming, and just have it go in the background while you're doing something else. And that way, I get the algorithm to be able to say, well, hey, these people were streaming or watching it for a long time. That kind of thing. We gotta play that YouTube algorithm. And let's see where we are at. We're still a little ways away. I'm trying to bring up my little nav so I get my progression. We are still... It says we'll be there in 12 minutes. But we're not as near as far as I thought, so I'm going to go ahead and start my descent then. We'll get ourselves down to 7,500 feet. Do that now. This airport I'm going to does not have any VNav or not vertical navigation, sorry. Doesn't have any routing to line you up with the runway. So we're basically, what I'm just going to do, if we don't have any clouds, I'm just going to buzz the airport, get the SOC, where the SOC is, and then just make my determination of which runway I need to land on once I get there. Well, if I'm reading this correctly, oops, let's zoom in here. It'll let me. I'm looking at a wind indicator that's right next to the airport, so it'll be runway 36. So I might be running it, if I'm reading the wind indicator correctly. So let's go ahead and descend on down. But like I said, we don't have ILS and we don't have an RNAV approach, so at least it's not showing up in the database. So what I'm going to do, I'll create a new flight plan with Sky Vector here. And once I do that, then I will go to the airport, right click on it, and see if they don't have any charts or anything for this airport. It's a real small airport, but they do, excuse me, they do have aviation fuel. It's $4.12 a gallon at the FBO, and for jet fuel is $4.30 a gallon. No crashing. No crashing allowed. I do see I got some subscribers. I'm at 197, so thank you to everyone. I greatly appreciate that. Trying to do my part on our community that we all have. One flight at a time. Let's see, the altitude is at, so we've got a 6,000 foot runway, and we are 6,691 feet is the altitude of the runway, or of the airport. So, and I'm going down to 7,500, so we'll just be a little bit above the airport. We should be all right. But like I said, I've been really having fun with this airplane. What's really neat about it is you can climb up to, you can go up to 20. I was at 25,000 feet with this little airplane because it does have oxygen and is pressurized. And what was cool about it was I was doing a 335 knots or something like that indicated, or I'm sorry, ground speed. Of course, again, I had the wind at my back, and it I think it was 300 and, like I said, 340-ish or so times 1.25 or 1.15. And of course I hit the wrong button. I just cleared my, so that was 340 knots times 1.15. That is 391 miles an hour. So for a piston driven airplane, that's huge. That is, I can see why people like the Mooney. Now granted, when you're going against the wind, then you just suffer like everybody else does, and of course then you fly low. You fly 8,000-10,000 feet at the most, so then that way you don't have that headwind counting against you when you're going back west. Yes, it is. Of course, this airplane, if you bought it brand new with the double doors, the Acclaim, it's actually called the Acclaim Ultra, I believe. I was watching some videos on it on YouTube. And this airplane, if you buy this version of this model version was 2006, and it is a turbocharged with a Lycoming 550 6-cylinder engine, and it has 310 horsepower, I think, is what I read. I'm not for sure on that, but I think it's 310 horsepower. And the new one, you can see I'm kind of running in the red there a little bit. I'm kind of over speeding. I need to back off on my speed here. I'm in the red. We'll get below 190 knots indicated. We should be fine. Anyway, so yeah, the airplane, the new one is about $380,000. Or I'm sorry, $780,000 is what they go for now. But you're only burning, like right now. Of course, right now I'm only burning 13 gallons an hour. But when you have that tailwind and you're at 25,000 feet, you know, with oxygen, and you're doing that 340 knots, you're only burning like 16 gallons an hour of fuel, and you've got 100 and let's see, it was 50. It's 100. I think it's 120 gallons which you can carry in the airplane of gas, and it's actually aviation fuel. It's not jet fuel. It's aviation fuel, and which is here in the States. It's available everywhere. So jet fuel A, which is basically kerosene, is becoming more. It's coming just like aviation fuel, where here in the States it's everywhere as well, pretty much. And but this is not a turboprop. You know, this is just a piston-driven engine, and so your costs are a lot less. I think your TBO is which is time of overhaul, I think is 2,000 hours on the engine. So, which is pretty cool, very, very cool. So it's very, very economical. I think I've got 9 hours since I've owned the plane. I've got 9.6 hours on this engine right now, and I think, like I said, the TBO is 2,000 before you have to overhaul it. So it'd be a good buy. Uh-oh. Don't get frustrated. Says I'm trying to draw, Spartan says I'm trying to draw Asgard-inspired starships for an alien species, and I keep snapping my pencil lead. You're getting aggressive. You're getting too aggressive. You gotta back off. Just kind of chill, relax. Too much airplane talk. Well, right in front of us, as you can see, is the airport, it looks like. I think. I'm not seeing it in my... That may not be it yet. If it is, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to buzz around the airport. We're going to level off here in just a minute, then I'll have to increase my... speed, or my throttle, to be able to get our speed back up. I want to try to stay above 180 knots if I can, indicated. Aggressive. Very cool. Get back up to 30. Let's see if we can get right around 32 inches of mercury. Yeah, we're about 14 miles away from the airport. I did last night. I flew through the 737-200 and I made some money for the corporation with that, for the VA, for the virtual airline, which was cool. Yeah, we're gonna go into yellow territory here. I'm looking at the when you look at the I probably should have been a little higher, but it's not red. See, red's right there. We don't want to be red. Red, we're dead. Yellow, we're okay. We're okay. And of course, the other one, if it was all green, then obviously that'd be fine. But we should be all right. I'm not gonna change our altitude. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, I don't know. It says Clark Municipal Airport. I'm sitting there trying to see. Oh, Williams. The town we're at is Williams. That's where we're at. Let me go back over here like this, as we are getting close, so at least you can get a bearing on where we are. Here's our aerial plane. Here's Williams, I think Arizona. I think we're in Arizona right now. Williams, Arizona. Interstate 40. And there's the airport we're going to land on. Like I said, if I'm understanding this, the wind indicator right here that I've got turned on, it's lining up with the runway 36. Or it's the exact opposite, where that's the winds from, and then I need to land at runway 18. I will find out. I get confused on those wind indicator things when you put them in there, if it's this or that. So I get confused on that, and I have to, you know, if you did it all the time, then of course you'd know it. But I'm just gonna buzz the airport, and then once we buzz the airport, then it becomes a non-issue. And we'll pump this up here, and then we will get a little closer. That way I can keep my eye on things. Yeah, we are kind of low to the ground, aren't we? When you start seeing the whites of their eyes, you know you're too close. Don't shoot until you see the whites of their eyes. That's Interstate 40 right there, I think. That was Interstate 40. Nope, that's not Interstate 40, it's just a highway, or road. Interstate 40 is behind us. Okay, there's the airport right there. My son's taking off and going to work. Well, there's the airport. Let me take a look outside and see if I can use a 3D cam, or see if I can see. Slow down too, obviously. See if I can see a sock. Yeah, it looks like runway 36. I can't really tell that. That wasn't gonna. All right, then I'll just do it this way. Okay, this is my plane. Slowing down here, my plane. I'll go ahead and get the retrim it out. Retrim it out here, and we'll spin around. Actually, we're going to line up at runway 18. It looks like, yeah, because the 18 is our, because I'm looking at my XHSI here, and it's telling me right off the bat that, yeah, we're supposed to be on runway 18. So, Clark County traffic, November 502 Delta Mike is on approach to land, runway 18. One notch of flaps, come around. Got way too much energy right now. I think I'm supposed to land this airplane right around 80 knots or something. And I do have that crosswind right there. Ooh, you hear that? A little hard. Land a little hard on that one. 280 knots, and you can see the wind's trying to weather vane. Like if I let go, let me go ahead and just stop. And there's my debriefing. I need to change that. That needs to be when I turn off the engine. I don't want that on when the this is the updated version of the of this. See, it already offloaded my passengers. It already did everything while I was still flying. So I got to go in here to the mission generators setting thing. Preferences, autopilot, time, no, where do we go to change that? Okay, there it is. We change it right there. We don't want it on taxi, because that's what happened, is it went it on taxi. Yeah, there we go. Something's going on the I just heard my Discord just went crazy. Somewhere. One of my channels that I have, which I have a bunch. But anyway, so yeah, we did all right. See, I have to pick long flights with this, so then that way it will you know, it will give me you know, my XP will go up faster. And it's XP doesn't really mean anything. You don't get anything. It's just, you just get XP is all this thing does. So we'll go ahead and go on over. That's funny. Yeah, I was on my Discord and everybody just went crazy, so I got 195 XP for that landing, which my landing was terrible. But we did get here. But I'm really putting in a lot of left rudder, sorry. A lot of left rudder right now just to keep the airplane straight. Wind's only 19 knots, but this thing is really reacting to it. We'll just come on over here. And we'll land. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and get me something to eat, because I haven't ate yet, and then I'll come back and then I'll probably restart a new stream and stream, because I like streaming. You know, I like having fun, reacting with people and whatnot, the people that come in, and like I say, Spartan Jeremy, I definitely appreciate you stopping by. Most appreciated. And I'll just go ahead and over here to the administration building and get rid of my passengers, even though I did it too fast. Now that I fixed that, so I think I'll probably fly the rest of the day. Well, I appreciate that, sir. I appreciate the support very much. But now we've made it here, and see, now is when I hit the parking brake. Now is when that pop-up should happen, and that's when I should get the pop-up to that you completed the flight and whatnot. I'm just going to go ahead and kill the fuel. You got a bunch of ways to kill the fuel. I can either pull back on the mixture and starve everything of fuel, or I can just go over here, or I can turn the switch off right over there, turn the switch off, or I can just kill it by you know, stop the fuel in the fuel line coming from the tanks. So, which is cool. So you got all kinds of, you got 3 different ways to kill the engine in this airplane. And we'll go ahead and I want to chromify this door handle. I've not been able to find where the door handle is. Come on outside here, but like I said, Advanced Flight Modeling, who's the maker of this particular airplane, did a pretty good job. Not a bad job. I didn't turn off my my lights, so all my lights are still blinking. But the airplane is a cool little airplane. I really like it. Of course, every airplane I fly, or every airplane I buy, I have some, you know, sentimental value of some sort in the context of like, well, that's the reason why I bought the airplanes, because I like it. But you like some more than others. Took me about 6 hours, 7 hours, I would say, between 2 days, about 7 hours to paint the airplane. I basically took an original airplane, and then I modified it up, put my own tail number on, and just kind of tweaked it here and there, tweaked the color. It was black, and I changed it to blue because blue's my favorite color. So everything I have has got to be blue. It's got to be San Diego Charger color, so it's got to be blue, white, and yellow. Those are, most of my airplanes are all colored that way, if I can have any control over it. And of course, I found the Acclaim logo. I just did a Google search and then snaked it off the internet and then put it on the plane. So overall, for $37, getting 3 airplanes to fly, good price. Very, very good price for $37 US. And of course, it's got the GTN, or the Garmin 1000, which is good. It's better than the Garmin 530, but not as good as the Skyview. The Skyview is the best avionics package for X-Plane. It is what it is. So anyway, guys, well, I definitely appreciate everyone watching who was watching this after this live broadcast, and definitely a big shout out to Spartan Jeremy. Dude's an awesome gentleman. I appreciate him hanging in here in the chat with me, and I'll catch you guys next time on another X-Plane Adventures, which hopefully will be soon. And of course, I got to edit my text here because I didn't fly from those 2 waypoints. I went from another waypoint. But anyway. Check you guys later, and have a good one. Talk to you. Bye. As I find the hit button here. Okay, there we go. Laters.